Welcome back, Vagabonds, and welcome, Wanderers. I wanted to do something a little similar but a little different today. Today I wanted to go back to a classic game that's been shut down for quite some time. I was lucky enough to actually get Stage 2 of Evolve back when it was alive, and through their Discord, you're able to actually play the game, but you still need the key or an emulator, and setting up an emulator takes so long and does all this different stuff. But I was lucky enough to buy it on Steam back when it was alive, and sadly it's been canned, unfortunately. But this game was kind of the forerunner in asymmetrical games. It brought ASYMs to life. Dead by Daylight drastically, horribly, terribly pales in comparison to this game by sheer scale alone. No, let me go back. I was thinking what would be the best way to show off this game before I actually hopped on, and I thought, well, maybe I'll do the maybe I'll just play a match. Let me go into the tutorial and show you guys. So this is an ASYM game, much like Dead by Daylight. It is 1v4, monster versus hunters. The core difference for this game and what sets it apart from Dead by Daylight is it is not a time-based ASYM. So you as the quote-unquote survivor cannot win purely off of waiting out the generators. You only win by killing the monster. And I'm panning around slowly right now because I want to mention something. This game was made in, I believe, 2015? 2014? Now, Dead by Daylight is getting a graphical update. But I want you guys to know, same time frame. Look at the graphical difference. Look at the detail on the monster. Look at the detail in the terrain. Look at what you can do with the terrain. Look at the sheer difference. Even modeling wise with hitboxes. Graphic fidelity alone, this game absolutely dominates. Now, I'm playing the quote-unquote killer role right now, the monster. And it'll run you through the basics. Much like Dead by Daylight, there's a lot more nuance in this game. Probably not as much because this game isn't it isn't dependent on perks. And you guys will see when I play the quote-unquote survivor role. It is purely skill-based and understanding your monster. And you can do really well with the more difficult-to-play monsters. Which I play probably like a mid-monster. You guys saw it earlier. An enhanced version of the Kraken. Your goal is to get to tier 3. That's when you're at your strongest. So you run around and you eat small monsters to actually build up points to be able to evolve. There's sneaking, which hides your actual footprints, because that's how hunters can track you down and find you. And it also makes it so that you don't trigger environmental things like these monsters, like these small guys. Boy, if you don't... When you eat, you restore part of your shield or barrier, or however you want to say it, so you get enough protection hits as the monster. And you guys will see why later. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah, that's right. They eat your food before you can eat your food. They don't actually do much else. That's one of those environmental factors that the monster has to look out for. Feed. And then we evolve. to stage 3 in the tutorial. You start at stage 1, not stage 2. But this is where you're at your strongest as the monster. We're gonna go ahead and get this, and rock throw, yeah. Yeah, rock throw. We like hucking rocks. And my model even changes. I didn't do my smash move. Here we go. There's aiming reticles for this guy. See that? Harpoon traps are set by hunters to ensnare and immobilize monsters. Melee attack the beams to free yourself. Yeah. Because then you get slowed down. And those are your protections as the quote-unquote survivor role. Wants me to fire breath these guys. Yeah. Get breathed on. Finish them. Usually aren't just these small soldiers around. Usually it's just bodies on the floor. Rock throw. I already did it. Finish them. Just random soldiers doing the Lord's work. Get this off me. So as the power roll, I got the big HP, I got the heavy damage. Get this shit off me. Finish them. Will do. No aiming required. Just raw input knowledge. That's me. And the version I'm playing on has everything in it. I have like the skins and everything. Services for this game are just completely shut down, which is a whole other conversation topic of the whole stop killing games movement, and they're still going. But Evolved is another, like, reason why it exists. If Stop Killing Games had its way, I'm sure so many more people would be enjoying this game right now. I'm fortunate. I didn't have to spend $100-something on eBay for a Steam key. I've just had this sitting in my library for way too long. Get out me way! Alright, now comes the actual show of what the game's about, which it's not going to be accurate to the play. So you got the assault, DPS, you got the medic, which heals, the support buffs, trapper traps. Simple enough. I was screen sharing this game to Coming in Corpses community. My friends over there, Nick. I was showing him this, and he likes it too. Unfortunately, again, you have to pay way too much for this game in its current day and age. I'm playing very poorly, but it's the tutorial, so I can't really be bothered to play properly, which if I were, I would be going for Val right now. Come here. Come here, medic. Yeah, that's right. Alright, Maggie, come here. Come here, boy! Their support's a problem. Markov is not a problem, but fine. I'll take you on since you're just sitting here. My armor. Let's beat up Markov more, I guess, because he's right here. Alright, Hank, come here. Come here, boy! Oh, what was that? Trapper's dead. Yeah. I've killed the hunters. Rock! Yeah, boy. So that was the monster, and that's, again, a lot of nuance. It doesn't go into very nitty-gritty details. But now I'm going to show you guys the survivors, because the survivors in this game are not perk-based like in Dead by Daylight.
You must find Hank.
I will find Hank.
I will find Hank.
And I will find Hank. He fought well, alone against the monster.
Move to the waypoint, move to the waypoint. Yeah, it's a little better. because it'll also affect the monster, and I don't want to lower it too much for the monster. So as you can see, a bit of a perspective difference. And like, even with how big the monster is in the scale, look at the detail in this game. Look at how things look. Look at the actual, like, fidelity they put into these. Like, obviously it's a little smudgy, unlike the actual creatures, because movement models and all that, but like environment-wise, it looks gorgeous. Even if it's just flat mesh texture. Like even when you're just the small guy. And with how big the maps are, that means that the scale is absurd. Dodge left, dodge right, dodge backwards. Just because I don't have enough stamina or boost power on the right side here under my hat. See the bar going up. Jet thrust. Hunters killing things stops the monster from just getting them, because obviously the monster won't want to be near the survivors until after the fact. Kill them anyway. Which isn't how you play the actual game, but, you know. Nobody actually kills the small monsters. The AI will, but not people. Here's your primary small guy gun. Dealing with the small guys. There's no ammo packs or anything. Yeah.
So does Markov.
You might want to be careful around an angry crowbill sloth.
Only shield left is my skin.
Will suffice. I love the characters. Yeah, I got you, Hank. You step on your beard. Look at the character models. This was made like a year before Dead by Daylight. And the videos I've seen of Dead by Daylight back in the day where it was more dark and gritty, that it looked better. But they decided to make it ease of access for everyone else, which is bizarre. I mean, that's what they do now, but... Help! I'm being eaten. Over here. Come here. Oh, he's already dead. Move to waypoint. But for survivors, it's all about your character choice and mastering those characters. There's no perks, there's no
I bet you say that to all the girls.
crazy protections. Like there's a healer, but you don't get to heal and shoot well. It depends on the healer, but your healing is significantly less impactful if you're one of the healers. It's like Overwatch, right? If you're Mercy, you're gonna have the best healing in the game, but you're not gonna be shooting anything. Compared to, let's say, like Lucio, who, yeah, you have area healing, but it's significantly smaller. Now it'll spawn up there. Yeah, there we go.
Hank, you were not joking. Well, I'm giving it to you.
Target that weak spot.
I'm on it. I'm not a shooter guy.
Trap's ready. Let's find a good place to fight. I'm on the big gun. Got you back.
Yes, I am rejuvenated.
Throw down some mines, throw down some mines, throw down some mines. Oh, I don't need that. Yeah, buddy. Hey, leave her alone.
Crank gun ready. All right, it's dead.
And that's the objective.
Let's go.
You're actively hunting down the monster because it's health-based and not time-based. You have to actually work for your objective, not just watching a bar fill. And it's much different in an actual game. So what I'm going to do also is I'm going to go back to the menus here, and I'm just going to play a match as the monster. I'll go through the monsters and I'll talk through them for you guys as well. If you guys are ever lucky enough to get evolved, their Discord allows you to actually play the game outside of their means, which is fantastic because, like, and I don't mean just support for the game as in, like, the company is still up and going and, like, people are holding on to the IP and all that. No, this game is, like, dead. Like, there is nothing. The only thing stopping this game from being accessible to everyone is the DRM they had in place. So Steam needs to see that you have the license, unless again you emulate it, and the ability that, like, you can't do like peer-to-peer. Like the servers are, those are the only two things holding this game back, keeping it locked up. Otherwise, pretty much nothing exists for this game. But you got the Goliath, who we were just playing, which there's also the Meteor Goliath, which does a bit more burning damage. It does more damage over time. There's less, like, single target damage, but because you're dealing damage over time, it's a little bit of a different playstyle. There's the Kraken, which is a ranged, somewhat flying monster. There's a lot of AoEs you have. There's a bit of different mobility you have. It's pretty nice. I prefer playing the Elder Kraken, which is a more up in people's face type of style. I use his lightning strike to zone, chain lightning to just do bursts and speed onto people. There's the Wraith, which is it's kind of like a CC heavily based assassin type monster. It's got, I think, the lowest health in the game. But your whole thing is displacing people. You have a decoy you can use. She's really nice. I like playing as her, but very difficult. Behemoth, I haven't actually played at all, but from the looks of him, he's all about, like, again, zoning and moving people around. You don't really move as much. The bad thing about this guy, and it's kind of weird for monsters, you want high mobility, because if you're not mobile, you just take damage and then you die. You just fizzle out. So I don't know if Behemoth is actually good or not, but then you got the Gorgon, which was actually my first experience with Evolved, was playing the spider character, of course. And she's also somewhat difficult. She's like a set play trap type character. It's hard to actually explain. I'm gonna go ahead and play as the Elder Kraken, which you guys saw earlier. A little tease for this. And we're just gonna get into it. So you start at level 1, stage 1. You get 3 points each stage to invest into what you want. So we're gonna do a little bit of everything, other than obviously these. And then you have perks you unlock as you play. There's still progression in this game, which was one thing that people said was like one of the things stopping live service from that's one of the arguments against stop killing games is, oh, well, you can't do progression because the servers won't be able to see your progression. Bitch, it's right here. Have an internalized XP system. Sorry. Yeah, sorry you don't get to track your battle pass progress. Wah. This game was from before battle passes, so it wasn't even a problem then, but my lord. We're gonna go with damage output, actually. I haven't played much of this game with the patch they released, so I don't have, like, anything. I would have significantly more if I admittedly played this game more. I could probably start chatting up the Discord. We're gonna play a normal, quote-unquote normal match. We got the AI, and the AI in this game are actually somewhat smart. I say somewhat because they're still not, like, super fantastic. So we're gonna immediately get away from the LZ. I don't want to deal with that. That's a bad start for me. I should have played a little more cautious. But it's fine, we're going over here. Come here, boy! Sneak attack. Yeah, don't try to break your buddy out, buddy. Here come the hunters. We're far enough away. I don't see them. They were in that direction, so. Thank you for the reminder. Thank you, thank you. I see the hunters. What's a good way out of here for me? I haven't played this in ages, so I don't actually know. I don't want to get caught out this early. No. This is tragic. Ooh, tracking dart. Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is a bad start. I'm playing so poorly. It's fine. It's fine because it's AI. They're not gonna be able to do much. Hey! God damn it. I'm gonna have to, like, go away. Yeah, they're gonna... Yeah! Nice! Get some of that shield back. Eat up. Get away! They are on me like Kong. It is on like Donkey Kong. Map knowledge plays a big part in this game as well. There's no vaults, there's no pallet stunning, there's none of that garbage. There's just you learning and performing better. I mean, the monster you play does play a little bit of a part in what you do, but... extensively... is not that big a deal. Oh, man. Oh, I need to stay out of their range, because if the trapper puts down a dome, I'm going to be stuck in an arena. The trappers can all put down domes to trap the monster in a designated area. When you do that, you play in that exclusive area. Now, if they put a dome down and it's a bad position for you, that's happened to me before as the spider lady. It's really bad. It's really, really bad. So we want to get as far away from them as possible. Try to get to a safe area to evolve. They're probably going to be able to shoot me from here, which... fine. So now we're stage 2. Boom. Boom, boom. So our general stats have gotten better, and as you saw, our abilities have gotten better. Which is good. I keep forgetting this guy isn't necessarily a air-ranged monster. I could technically deal some damage here. Oh, I guess I have to. Oh, that's not good for me, really. These harpoons. Are those harpoons, or am I just slowed? I think I'm just slowed down. Come here, Val. Target their healer first, because why not? Your shields can only last so long against me. Let's get rid of the trapper if I can, because I need to get out of this dome. That's good, that's good. Now we leave. Not before I take him down. And they respawn. Hunters respawn, but that's good. I didn't take any health damage. I lost all my barrier, so I have to be a little cautious. Because as soon as I lose health, that's progress for them. That's why it was kind of bad that I took damage as early as I did. But it's fine. Now, the goal is to get to tier 3 as the monster. Your objective is to get to tier 3. And they put a tracking dart at that monster, so now they can see where I'm at. Goal is to get to tier 3. When I get to tier 3, the hunters can be killed, and I can attack a main generator, is the way I guess I'll put it. You can attack the generator to destroy it, to then win the game that way. So you have 2 win cons as monster. Oh boy, oh boy. I need to evolve, so I gotta get away from these guys. And they're kicking damage down on me. I could just evolve right here. They get some pot shots off on me. Obviously, that's not good. Oh, I can just evolve here. It's fine. Move away from objects. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, he's right there. Don't come up here. The AI should be smart enough to not come up here. Alright, now we go for the power relay, which is the generator I was talking about. So now, part of my goal is to destroy that. Oh, where's Val? There's Val. Get rid of the healer. Otherwise, prolonged fighting, like the you would think, oh, get rid of the DPS first, but nah. Where'd you go? There's Abe. See, they only have so many lives, too. So, getting rid of them, fantastic. Climb. Climb. Fly, you fool. And I'm not on a timer. I don't have to worry about gens and stuff. Hyde is gonna keep trying to shoot me, which is fine. So now I get a little bit more... See, this is where the AI isn't smart. They will fall back to the power relay to defend the power relay. If they were actual players, they would continue to keep hunting me down. Because I can do what I'm doing now, which is just getting back my barrier. Which is always smart to do, keeping up your barrier. And God, this game looks good. There's the power relay. I missed that because I wasn't looking straight down. That's fine. Take this. Get a buff. I'm gonna head back out. That was probably a net, not negative really, it was just nothing really came from that, because wah. Bro's just hanging around the power relay though, so that's good for me. Come here, boy! Chain lightning. Oh, too far. Never mind. That hit. Come here, boy. And I killed all the hunters. means I win. And that's purely because it's AI, right? So if you play stupid against AI, they can still deal some good damage on you, especially if they catch you early. Yeah, see, I'm still racking up progress because all this data is stored in the files on your computer. Overall, I feel like this game is just better. Like, let me go into... I'm not gonna play another match, but I'm just gonna give you guys a rundown on the hunters. And maybe this is something that Dead by Daylight would need, but we would have to see that in Dead by Daylight 2, and we're not gonna get that in Dead by Daylight 2, which I'm calling it Dead by Daylight 2 because it's basically gonna be Overwatch 2. They're gonna change some small things that aren't gonna matter or make the game worse, and they're gonna talk it up a big game. So we got Markov, which you guys saw in the tutorial. There's Blitz Markov, who has higher damage potential. The Tesla gun has higher damage for Blitz Markov. It builds up damage as you fire, and his mines are stronger. So he's kind of a positioning guy. He shoots faster with a smaller clip on his assault rifle. Got Hyde, who's mid-range. He's okay. Back when I played, he didn't see much play. He seems nice, but overall, the DPSs aren't too impressive overall. Like, you're just pumping out damage. Like, his big thing is trying to hit weak points close range to people, and you're trying to be the target, but a good monster won't target you anyways. So Parnell is a son of a bitch. He deals way more damage than he should. Especially with the rocket launcher. Torvald I haven't really seen any of. Got an auto shotgun. His mortar's pretty cool. He puts weak spots on people. You got a mech. Again, she's another one where she's trying to be the object of like, hey, come attack me. But again, a good monster will just ignore you. I mean, because the sooner you get rid of healing and armor, the better. Because then I can just turn around and kill you anyways. There's Trapper, which is important, and you should have like one of each on your team. So Maggie, one of the icons of the game, love her. Harpoon traps are really cool because you can slow down the monster, stops mobility. Again, mobility's a big deal in this game. If you're able to bob and weave around obstacles and terrain. You have a variant of Wasteland Maggie, which actually does a bit more damage over time with fire, which is actually really good. Because once you get rid of the monster's shield, damage over time just adds a condition effect to the monster, where it's like you have to act sooner rather than later. It puts extra pressure on. Griffin is pretty snazzy. He's actually got, he's nice in case you lose the monster, because part of the monster is sneaking away, which is important, because otherwise the hunters will just track your footprints. It's pretty good, pretty cool. Abe is essentially a variant of him. But he's not a variant, he's different. They're pretty much twins. I mean, look at these two. So Abe's not as good of a trapper, but the tracking dart again helps. By the time you're using a tracking dart, you're essentially just zoning the monster anyways. The stasis grenade, if you can aim it, is pretty nice. Crow, I haven't seen much of. Again, sniper on DP on any character that isn't a healer is not too fantastic, but hey, that's what he's got. Well, it's not necessarily a sniper, but he can go through armor at least, which is cool, but other people can't. You're adding to the post timer, but you yourself aren't dealing as crazy of damage as other characters could. Like Jack. Actually kind of better than he looks. So he can slow monsters way down with his repulsor. He's like an inverse beam. So like for the trapper, your whole thing is putting down the arena and CCing the monster. So he just has straight like it's like a mercy beam but a debuff. So that in combination with like a support's shielding of someone and the medic healing someone is just, it's insane. He's a lot better than he looks. So those are the trappers. The medics, obviously you got Mercy or Val. And I had an interesting comment about Val the other night when I was playing this on Discord. The comment was giving a medic like an anti-material rifle, an armor-piercing sniper rifle. Why should a medic deal so much damage? Well, it's because, again, you're Mercy. So you're going to have your med gun out most of the time anyways. You're using the armor-piercing sniper rifle for small enemies and to open fights with the monster, to, like, tick damage off on the monster before he enters or exits the zone in which the trapper can put down a dome, which is very significant because the monster is going to be focused on trying to run away instead of initiating fights. So if you can get some shots off to try to either slow the monster down because you have to stop to eat to put more into your shield, or even to just, you know, evolve, you're making it more, you're making the monster have to use more time to actually eat, is what I'm trying to say. You got the tranq gun and the healing burst, so you're just like the medic. You saw Rogue Val a couple times there. The chain med gun heals less, but multiple targets. Her field becomes passive and not just a burst. The poison isn't as strong as the fire, but it's good for the small guys. Again, your primary focus as healer is to actually heal, so you have to play the role, or else your team heavily suffers. Lazarus is pretty cool, because he can bring people back without the health penalty. Every time you die, you take a health penalty, which I could be abusing that a little bit more as the monster, like between stage 3, but I don't like doing that necessarily. I probably should. It'll make the end game easier, but if I can get away with not, that'd be wonderful. He's got a personal cloak, which is cool. It's pretty nice for protecting yourself as the healer, because obviously you're going to get tunneled out as the healer, and that's part of this. That's part of this game, by the way. That's where the strategy comes from, because why wouldn't you get rid of the problem right away? And people respect that in this community. That like, it's like playing a healer in a MOBA. You actually respect that. You put. Bro, you better put right on that name, or else they're gonna come back at you. Oh, you're not getting heals this game. Sucks for you, Bucky. I'm gonna heal the trapper instead of the DPS because they're not gonna attack you anyways. So while you're screaming, heal me, the second you get hit once, hell nah, bro. He's got a silent sniper. He's a silent healer. He's good as like a backup for, you know, like it said, avoiding health states, which is really important. I like Kyra. Just a grenade launcher person. You got the, you basically swap modes between the two, the damage and heal. The fire, again, really good for just damage over time. You get a little bit of a, you get a speed boost thingy and a heal burst. It's nice. Slim, I don't really have much to say about Slim. He's not fantastic. He's got a, you have to deal he's one of those where you deal damage to heal damage, and it's a lot of juggling. And you have Emmett. Emmett's pretty cool. He's got a handgun, as you can see. He's got a lot of homing damage, which is cool. And then you can also choose where people respawn at, which is not, it's not as useful as it seems, but he's okay. And then you have the supports, super good. You got Hank, which we saw in the tutorial. You have Tech Sergeant Hank, which instead he brings an orbital drill. He's got general just damage over time. You can force the monster out of an area with the orbital drill. He's good for zoning. You got Bucket, who's probably the best in the game. No, so you have lock-on missiles here, and then you have a sentry gun. Like, the sentry gun is just, like, it's hard to see as the monster. So you can set this up, or you can even barricade off an area because collision. But you use the sentry guns and just throw them in, like, in a separate area so you're passively dealing damage off in another direction while the other survivors are shooting down the monster. And the cloaking field is nice too, because when you're able to hide from the monster as a group, oh my lord, fuck, is the best. Cabot the cabbage, not much to say about this guy. The dust tagging he has, the third ability there, is nice for finding monsters. But he overall doesn't really do much damage, and he doesn't really have, like, he has a cloaking field, but so the big thing for support is being able to help your team, and he can buff other people's damage, but then you're losing a fourth gun. It's it's kind of a diminishing returns thing, especially when you have other characters. This is a guy where you're coordinating with your team. Like, if you're playing Cabot, you're playing in a Swift, is essentially what that is. Sunny, I also really love Sunny. You got the grenade launcher, you have a jetpack booster, which is really cool. Because, again, mobility is super important on both sides. So for the jetpack booster, you can quick flick this onto like the medic who's being targeted. So then the medic can just quick boost away. And you actually have a shield drone, which is nice. Because the drone will worry about protecting your teammates. It's not as strong as the other shield guns in this, but it's nice. It's very nice. She's kind of like a mid character. I mean that in a positive way, where she's not bad. She's not like the best, but she's good. And then Kala was, I think, the last added character into the game before it shut down, which is weird. She's like a halfling kind of deal. So she got, as you could see by the video, she's got, you just plant your primary fire down and it'll launch at the monster. Your stick is just eating away the monster's shield, which is not fantastic, really. The teleport pads seem good, but it's really only good for pulling people out of a fight or like keeping people mobile that way. She's not terrible, but she definitely is not great. I think she's one of the reasons why she was like the tell that the game was just kind of, I feel like they might have ran out of ideas. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. We need an Evolve 3, but that's Evolve. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. I wish I had people to play this with other than just randoms on a Discord, because it is a really good game, but unfortunately finding keys for it, because it's limited and it is a timeless cult classic, it does hit the $100 range, and you have to worry about eBay sellers, or there's like a dedicated list they have on the Discord for buying the game. But overall, this game is better. Like, this is what we need in ASYMs. This was the peak of the genre before it died. And Dead by Daylight filled its shoes, and still to this day has not gotten anywhere close to the feeling, the play flow, any of it. Because it is fundamentally a different game. And they keep trying to hide it and bury it under all this different stuff. But genuinely, Behavior as a company should not be in this genre. The game should not be where it is now. If they gave the IP to another company and let them work on it, and they went after their dreams to be publishers, then fine. But man, we lost this game for the garbage that is Dead by Daylight. I really wish this game came back.